Hello and welcome to a very special Drag Race UK versus the World live stream here on The Mirror. My name is Ryan Wilks and today I'm joined by the Queen of Thailand. It's Pangina Heals. Hey Pangina.
สวัสดีค่ะ Hi, how are you doing? I'm great.
How are you feeling after last night's elimination? The world is shocked. Twitter is going crazy. You must be so proud of yourself. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a mixed bag of emotions currently. I feel really proud that I was able to showcase my drag, my personality, my culture, my heritage as the first Thai contestant on Drag Race who comes from Southeast Asia. So I felt like I represented myself the best way that I could possibly do. I do feel heartbroken, but to remember this was like a year ago. So I had time to process this, and at no point was I ever angry at Blue, ever. It's a game. Someone has to go home, and it just happened to be me. So why stay mad when you can stay creative?
Definitely. And I just want to say, like, the fact that you've never competed before, what you've shown was like mind blowing. Genuinely, your looks, like how you presented yourself in the challenges, you were just all around like incredible, tens across the board. And speaking of getting upset and mad, I also want to just say that we did see you getting a little bit upset when you left the main stage. How was that when you actually left set? Was it just ultimate devastation, or would you say that it was the fact that you did think that you'd let your hometown down?
I love how you said I was a little bit upset. That was like a full 10 out of 10 mental breakdown happening on camera. And that was literally what it was. It was like like I felt like I caused so much shame and embarrassment from my country. I felt like I couldn't bring back a crown for Thailand. And so at that moment, I just felt like the worst representative ever. And I was like, if this is the first Thai person who did this, and she basically um, effed it up for all the other Thai people, then how could I have my head held high? How could I respect myself? And then I realized, no, you won two badges, two
Mhm.
repeater badges. You were in the top this whole time until the week that you left. There's no regrets. And then I forgave myself.
Definitely, and you should not have any regrets because, like you say, you did go on there. You've shown your heritage. The looks that you brought really, really showed yourself as a true character of like Thai fashion. And I kind of feel like you did show everyone what you were made of, and you showed that you were a really strong competitor.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I want to take things back to when you first received the call, Pangina. How did it feel knowing that you were like throwing yourself into the ring of competing, and how shocked were you to actually receive the call?
Oh my God, I screamed so loud. Like my boyfriend thought that my grandmother died. I was screaming for 5 minutes and crying for no reason. And then he didn't know what it was. He was like, tell me. I was like, but it is happening. And literally, like, it's a dream I didn't dare to dream. So when I got that call, I was like, is this really happening? Like, is my life about to be changed forever? Am I about to become not only a Ru girl, but the world is going to be able to see my drag after 11 years of working and hustling? And besides from the fact that I was a judge on the franchise, how could I be eligible to compete? So this was just like unreal. And that goes to show that if you would never stop working hard in your dreams, on your dreams, then things that are good can happen to you, you know?
Definitely, and I'm just devastated to see you go. I really, really thought that you could have gone all the way, and I was hoping that you did as well. And we do have
Thank
a
you.
comment here from Daniel as well, who says that you were amazing, and he actually wanted you to take the crown.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet. And I just want to say, just because I don't have a crown on my head does not mean I do not feel like a queen.
Exactly, and you should feel like a queen. You are the Queen of Thailand.
Yes.
I introduced you. You should be really proud of yourself.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, also when speaking about receiving the call, who were you expecting to be competing with? Who were you thinking was going to compete from, say, America, the UK, Canada? Who were you expecting to see there?
Well, because I watch a lot of YouTube, the only I got 90% of who the girls were going to be competing right. I thought, but I was wrong about Manila. I thought Manila was gonna be there, and I thought Gigi Good was gonna be there. But then the rest of the names, it was all over YouTube, so there was no surprise for me.
Okay, so you had a little look at the Reddit, a little look at the spoiler videos. That's great. It's great to know
It's
that you're like,
doing your homework.
exactly. So, as a judge of Drag Race Thailand, do you think sitting behind the panel gave you like a stronger insight as to what to present on the runway, how to present your walk, how to present yourself in challenges? Do you say that it gave you a little bit of a strength or not?
I mean, I would say like that comes with a level of polishness that I try to make sure that I execute, and each time I walk down the runway I try to present it myself as a character in what I wore. So there is that level of detail because I was looking at all the details when the contestants were doing it. So it does help, but each judge has a different criteria. Just because of there's certain things that I like does not mean that the judges are gonna like the same things. So I wouldn't say that. Yeah.
For sure. And I just want to ask as well, when you were watching it back yesterday, and when you were having a little bit of an emotional moment on the main stage, when you saw the reaction of Rue and Michelle, how did that feel? It must have been a little bit heartwarming to know that they were so devastated to see you leave. I think that they were like genuinely gutted and they wanted you to go all the way.
I think so too. Like just to know that they see something in me and the fact that they want me to do well and I've been doing well in their eyes is just a reward enough in itself. But yeah, I knew that Michelle cried, Clara cried, Juju was crying, so I felt like I'd made an impact in some way.
Definitely, you made an impact for sure. So, as you sent Jimbo home last week, Pangina, who was a front runner alongside yourself until this point, do you think that that was in the mindset of Blue in the moment to think, okay, Pangina's just sent a strong competitor home, it's time for me to do the exact same? Do you think that that was Blue's way of putting it, or do you think that Blue thought that you were the weakest competition, but for
If
the night?
Blue if Blue think that I was the weakest competition, that's fine. Then I deserve to go home. If Blue think that I was competition, that's fine. I still deserve to go home because she was eligible to make that choice. How I judged and how I sent the girls home was according to how I judge on Drag Race. It has nothing to do with track record. It has to do with the challenge at hand. Juju did better than Jimbo, so I could say wholeheartedly I sent Jimbo home not because of track record, but because he was worse than Juju. When it came to Lemon's case, I wouldn't have picked Lemon as the bottom two, but when I was presented with those choices, obviously I had to pick who the judges collectively said did the worst.
Yeah. It must be a hard choice going into it, like you just said, when you don't think that someone deserves to be in the bottom, but then when they are thrown in the bottom, that just throws the whole mindset of the game, thinking, well, now I'm going to have to collectively think of what the judges have said. So that's a
Right.
great way of putting it.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to approach this without thinking, if I was to shake my role as a judge completely, then maybe that I would have seen things a little bit differently. But I didn't because I was still in that mindset of being a judge when it comes to judging other people and sending people home.
For sure. And we have a comment here from Elaine who says that you are so strong and that you are a supermodel for young people all around the world. And that's great
Thank
to know.
you. That's really kind of you. Thank you.
So you turned look after look on the main stage, Pangina, and I was looking forward to seeing every single look week to week. We never ever knew what was going to turn that corner and be presented from yourself. Have you shown your best look yet, or your favorite look, or is it still to come and will we be seeing it on your social media?
I mean, we know that there's only going to be 6 episodes, correct? So you're only going to be missing one, but I'll definitely show it on my social and let's just say this: the next time you see me on the runway, it's gonna be one of my most stunning outfits that I wear.
Amazing. I'm so excited to see it.
Yay!
So some fans are a little bit unhappy that Juju B is getting a sense of favoritism from Ru, as they would say, and think that Ru is giving her a free pass to the finale. So as you did save Juju in a little bit of a tense moment, would you say that there is a sense of favoritism going forward with Juju from the judges, or would you say that they're just letting her present herself and land in the bottom? Would you say?
I don't know if there's favoritism. I can see why people would say that, but Juju didn't get to the top 3 of every single time. With this one, I don't know, but with her past, she got to the top 3 every single time. She didn't get there just because she was favored. So I'm sure there is certain things about Juju, like when I saw that she rose to the fact that she's not a dancer and she was able to do that Liza Minnelli choreography, I was like, you go, girl. As a performer, that's an amazing feat for you to be able to overcome. So I don't know.
Fabulous. So I want to ask you now, what is next for Pangina? I'm sure that you have some great things in the pipeline, probably some modeling, I'm sure, maybe even acting on Broadway with the Annie act that you did. There could be anything from Pangina. What is next for you?
Well, I'm definitely excited to do 2 UK tours that are coming up and 2 US tours and been traveling around the world. I am now the brand ambassador of Pulse Clinic that talks about safe sex and sexual health awareness. I am now plastered all over Thailand with billboards for this company, for this ad that I've done, and I was featured in Vogue Thailand. So life is good.
I'm so glad that life's good because, like you say, when you come off Drag Race, if you don't have the crown, that does not mean that you're a winner. That does not mean that you're not successful. You can
That
still
part.
do amazing things, and I'm sure that you are going to do amazing things. And
Thank
I
you
now
so
want
much.
to take one moment to talk about the fact I do follow you personally on social media. I watch your Instagram lives
Aw.
and everything. I want to talk about the fact now that you are very vocal about people sending hate to other queens, including
Yeah.
yourself. What
Yeah.
do you have to say to these fans? I personally think that with this season in particular, they're forgetting that this is a reality television show. It's not a documentary. This is queens on a TV show. So what would you like to say to them, Pangina?
Am I vocal about it?
I would say so.
Well, I would think that there's a saying in Thai, "Loi po pan mae," it means you don't know other people's way of life because they're in a different context. They might have, you know, been in a different setting. So you can't expect everyone to have the same level of kindness or decency to be able to understand human interaction and the humanness in the queens. And sometimes people see that queens are just characters and they have no feelings. But once you hear like or see 300 to 500 messages of people telling you to go kill yourself or racist things, then it does trickle through. And if I did not have a strong level of support or self love, then things could get really bad. So, what would I say to these people who would not stop trolling other people, whether it's Blue, whether it's me, whether it's Janie? The things I'm going to say is going to be edited out because I can't say them on this interview
For sure.
because
Definitely.
it's disgusting.
Hmm. It is disgusting. And like I said, people are forgetting that this is a reality television show. It's not people that they even know personally. So why they're taking their time to direct hate to someone is just downright disrespectful. And I just want to say
Yeah,
that it's not nice. Be kind,
no.
spread love. That's what it's all about. It's drag.
And
Um,
honestly, like if you want to spread hate, why do it on the Queen's social media platform where they can see it? Like that is so invasive and horrible. Yes, you can have an opinion, talk to your friends about it, or go on Reddit or go on Twitter, but for you to tag them or go into their space, that just bothers me so much
mhm,
because they do not need to be that kind of way.
for sure. And I think that you summed it up perfectly.
Yeah.
And now to wrap things up, Pangina, I want to
Yeah.
ask, having been a judge, if UK versus the World was to return again, which one of your Thai sisters would you like to see compete or throw their hat into the ring?
Anime Wong, Miss Kim Hoy, Dearest Doll, Bundit, Vanda, Mocha Diva, Genie, just to name a few.
There's so many great contenders that could compete, and I would love to see all of them take a shot.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for your time today, Pangina. It's been
Thank you
lovely
so
speaking
much.
to you, and I'll keep an eye out for you when you're on the road here in the UK, and we'll definitely have to see each other sometime soon.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.